the Spirit and power Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Before I get started, I'm gonna give all praise and glory to Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai. Bahasham Kakwadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. And peace and blessings to the hopeful elect that preach His truth sincerely across the four corners of the earth. Listen to the lesson through the Spirit and power Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Lord willing, this be edifying to the hopeful elect. And the name of this lesson is don't stop doing the work, because scriptures talk about when you put your hand to the plow, he that looketh back, he that putteth his hand to the plow. Matter of fact, I'm gonna grab it real quick. This is Luke chapter 9, verse 62. It say, and Yahweh Shah said to him, no man having put his hand to the plow and looking back is fit for the kingdom of the Most High. So there we go. Once you put your hand to the plow, you know, and if you look back, you're not fit for the kingdom, man. Because Yahweh Shah said, occupy till I come. Occupying the prophecies and doing the will of the Lord, and seeking the Lord, rehearsing the righteous acts, till he come back. He scriptures also say that he want to see his servants working, find so doing the work. So it's important to do the work because at the end of the day, if you have faith with no works, then you're not gonna receive the salvation. You're not gonna get rewarded because you wasn't laboring, man. And we're all laboring for that same penny, you know. So it don't matter how long we've been a part of this, or if we only been a part of this for a short time, you know. Hey, just because you see end time prophecies, that don't mean all right, the mission is done yet. The mission is done when we're on the chariots, man. You know, so we supposed to continue to feed the Lord's sheep, like He told Peter. He said feed His sheep. He told him 3 times, three for understanding, because you have to understand this is what you were required to do. This is what you were chosen to do, man. You know, I'm gonna grab this real quick. This is the book of John, chapter 4. Get this demon off here. Yep, this is the book of John, chapter 4, verse 38. Or verse 34. It say, Yahweh Shah saith unto them, my meat is to do the will of him that sent me and to finish his work. So this is what the Lord Yahweh Shah told his disciples, to do the will of the Most High who sent him and to finish his work. This is what Yahweh Shah was saying. Hold on for 1 second. Yeah, okay, yeah, he was talking to his disciples. Just had to read up to confirm that, you know. But that was his whole service. That was his reasonable service. That was a part of his a part of him giving his body as a living sacrifice, doing the will of the Most High. And that torch is passed down to us. We have to do the will of the Most High, man. No matter what. When Paul, not Paul, but when Peter and who was it? It was Peter and it was another disciple. I think it was James. Hold on, let me see. Let me go to Acts chapter 5. Um, it's the book of Acts. Hold on, real quick. Bear with me. It was Peter and Right. Okay. Well, I'm not gonna really go into detail, but Peter was the head disciple, and what I was gonna say is when you read this chapter, they was thrown in prison. Then an angel delivered them out of the prison, and what did they want to go do? They went to go do the work of the Most High. They went to go do the will of the Most High. They continued to do the work. They didn't let that stop them from going. You know, you can even another account you can even look at with Paul and Barnabas. They had like a little clash. They had a fallout, but guess what? Did they stop doing the will of the Most High? No. Even though they went their separate ways, they continued to do the work, man. Because at the end of the day, this is about your salvation. That's why I was supposed to say, work out your own salvation with fear and trembling, man. You know, yeah, you have to be chosen to be beaten up on the chariot, but can't nobody labor for you to receive salvation except you, man. Can't nobody reap the fruits of your labors. You know, you have to reap the fruits of your own labors by you laboring. Nobody can labor for your fruits, man. You know, so uh, it's no reason for any of us, no matter what happens, to stop doing the work, man. You know, um, I'm gonna grab this real quick. This is the book of John, chapter 9, verse 4. It say, I must work the works of him that sent me while it is day. The night cometh when no man can work. And this is Yahushua speaking again. So you see Yahushua's mindset, his task, what he was all about. He was all about fulfilling his father's will. He didn't make it about himself, man. He made it about the will of the Most High. That was his whole thing. Hey, what did he tell his mother? In Luke chapter 2, verse 49. And he said unto them, how is it that ye sought me? Wish ye not that I must be about my father's business? So, right. He said he was about his father's business. That's what his whole mission was, man. That's what his priority was. That was his number one thing. That was the whole reason he lived on earth. You know, he had something to live for, and it was to do the will of the Most High, man. And this is the same path we have to follow, man. Remember the prophets of old. Remember the days of old, how the prophets starting with Yahweh Shah, and how the prophets was. They was about fulfilling the will of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah. And that's what we have to be about, man. You know? No matter what happens, man. That's why at Romans 8, I'm not gonna get it, but that's why I say through tribulation, through persecution, through nakedness and prison, nothing can separate us from the love of Yahweh Shah HaMashiach. And Yahweh Shah said, what? If you love me, keep my commandments. So you're going to do the will. You're going to follow the way of the Lord. You know? If nothing can separate you from that. You know? I'm going to grab this real quick. This is the book of Sirach, chapter 43, verse 29. It say, the Lord is very terrible. The Lord is terrible and very great and marvelous in his power. When ye glorify the Lord, exalt him as much as ye can, for even yet will he far exceed. And when ye exalt him, put forth all your strength, and be not weary, for ye can never go far enough. So right, doing the will of the Lord is non-stop, and it's never enough what you can do for the Lord, man. You know, the Lord is on the Most High is limitless, man. His power is limitless. So serving him is limitless. Man, look, the Most High, he got literally angels, elders in the spirit world worshiping him 24/7. That right there alone show you that when it comes to seeking the Lord, serving the Lord, it's not a limit or a break to it, man. It's a continuous thing. It's a lifestyle, man. You know. I'm gonna grab this real quick. This is Revelation chapter 2, verse 3. It say, and has borne and has patience, and for my name's sake has labored and has not fainted. So there you go. This was Yahweh Shah talking to the church of Ephesus, but this is applied for all of us, man. You know, that's in its truth, and Lord willing, we hope to be a part of that elect. But it say this, nevertheless, I have somewhat against thee because thou hast left thy first love. So there you go, man. It's nothing. We can never pay the Most High back in full. We're always gonna be in debt with the Most High, man. You know, because we fell away from that first estate. We fell away from our first love, which was Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shah. So we owe the Lord everything. We owe the Lord our whole life. You know. So that mean what? That the work, you know, the mission don't stop. It's continuous. You know, until we on the chariot, man. You know, until we receive the victory. Until then, we have to continue to strive for the victory, man. You know, I'm going to close out with this. This is the book of Sirach, chapter 4, verse 28. It say, strive for the truth unto death, and the Lord shall fight for thee. So there we go. Strive for the truth unto death, man. You know, and the Lord, he's going to fight for you. He's going to do the rest, you know, because you put him first. You put him above everything else. So, yeah, that was pretty much it, man. So with that, Lord Wonders was edifying, you know, and I'm going to close out. You know, all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakakodash. To honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. Shalom and Kwam Yasharala.